Hi, this is Dr. Tahima Dorsey, USAT Certified Race Director. I had the opportunity this weekend to take part in USA Triathlon's pilot program entitled Expo in a Box. We had the opportunity to have a booth at the GNC Live Well Pittsburgh Marathon Expo, and I wanted to share a summary of what we learned throughout this weekend. And then also, I want you to take a look at our caption video of some of the highlights from this weekend. First and foremost, the Expo, the USAT Triathlon booth was well received. It shocked a lot of participants. They couldn't believe that USAT or that a triathlon booth was finally at an expo. They had not seen it before, and they wanted to know why. So it was well received, at least in this area. We had the opportunity to have an overflow both Friday and Saturday to the point where as though we were constantly on our feet and constantly talking. So that was tip one. It was very well received. Everyone loved it. Everyone wants to continuously see a triathlon booth at expos, and it was something that they desire. The second point I wanted to highlight is that I just mentioned people were surprised to be able to see a USAT triathlon representation. There were people constantly coming by. Some people came by at the end and was remiss that they didn't have an opportunity to stop by. One of the things that was constantly being asked, which is point number 3, is that they wanted to learn of the events in the area. So that's one of the tips that I would share with the planners and organizers going into the next year, if this is something that is made more permanent, is whatever expos that are chosen that race directors are a part of, that it may be worth the cost investment to provide a list of races in the area, because that was one of the things that almost everyone stopped by, wanted to know what events were in the Pittsburgh area. Obviously, not everyone is familiar with the USAT website, so I constantly had to remind them, hey, go to usatriathlon.org, type in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, or Erie, or whatever the case may be, and all of the sanctioned races would show up. Not only the sanctioned races, but that of camps and clinics. They can find coaches. So that's what that was telling me, that not everyone is familiar with the resources or the opportunities available, not just on a USAT Triathlon website, but definitely wanting something that was tangible right then and there at the expo. Number 4, a lot of individuals denoted that being able to see the USAT flyer and their swag bag for the marathon or whatever their race was a quick reminder for them to go and renew their membership, which was really, really good. The booth helped as a reminder, but also seeing it in a swag bag. So that was also another great marketing tool that paid off. Number 5, a lot of individuals don't know that USA Triathlon offer opportunities beyond triathlon. The one thing that I kept hearing from a lot of individuals is, I want to do this, but I can't do this because I can't swim. So here comes the education part. Did you know duathlons exist? Did you know that you can do relays? Did you know that if you can't bike, there's an aquathon option? Did you know that if you can't run or choose not to run, you can do an aqua bike? And then just from youth all the way up. So some people see the word triathlon and think that that's all USA Triathlon is or stands for. So it's a lot of re-educating or just educating in general, that there are a lot of more options that are out there beyond individuals that just can't swim, or because swimming is that one area where most people don't do well in. So what are some other options that are out there that people can take part in? So that was one of the big takeaways, being able to have people to understand that USA Triathlon is just beyond triathlons. Point number 6, I spent a significant amount of time having to offer coaching, consulting, education, increasing um, awareness of the sport and training opportunities. It just appears that, not only um, is information out there for elite and pro athletes, but, my question is there enough information out there for people that want to get into the sport? The opportunity, the diversity of cross training in the sport and things such as that. And if so, how can USA Triathlon get to those group of individuals that are not necessarily advanced or elite that have that interest? Because again, there were a lot of individuals coming to the table with no basic knowledge of either USA Triathlon being a governing body of all things multidisciplinary sports, or they didn't know the opportunities beyond triathlon that was available through the organization, or the benefit of swimming as it relates to cross training on I'm on a run or biking. It's just a whole lot of people basically didn't know. So, my question is to you, the governing body of that work in a background on this. How do we get to those people that may not be as knowledgeable to continue to increase that interest, because it's there. Number 7, we took a different approach. We had a secret weapon this week at the Expo under IBT. And that secret weapon were actually our junior athletes. We had some of our IBT junior athletes that have been racing in the sport a few years to come and help advocate for the sport. They were dressed in their tri kits. They had the opportunity to speak with adults and youth and even other active triathletes that are already part of USA Triathlon. So it was really an attention getter, and it works. I don't know if other race directors can do that or had the opportunity to get them involved, but it was a great way to showcase that, USA Triathlon is more than just adults, because we have a special emphasis on getting more youth involved. So that's just something to keep in mind. And for this particular marathon and this particular expo, it was traffic overload. Great area. We happen to be right at the end. I love the concept of the Pittsburgh organizers having or forcing their participants to walk through to actually see each of the vendors. I mean, all day long, we were constantly on our toes, on our feet, trying to catch pictures. Some people could be at other people's booth, another booth, kind of listening in on a discussion that we had, talking about USA Triathlon, and there's an interest. So if you want to know if this Expo in a Box was a success, at least for this location, the GNC Live Well Marathon Expo, May 5th and 6th, under the uh, International Association of Black Triathletes, the answer is a resonating yes. So, of course, next year we're going to advocate for the GNC Live Well Pittsburgh Marathon Expo. We kind of started this and we want to keep it going, and we're also interested in our R&R DC Marathon Expo if that's an option. Again, this was a great opportunity to spotlight our organization and our races, but more so USA Triathlon. And for people that are familiar with the organization, people that are not familiar with the organization, increasing education and awareness of the opportunities beyond just triathlons. We had a lot of the age group national and collegiate individuals to come through, and they were excited. We had a lot of Ironmen coming through. We had a lot of people that were on a cusp that was interested in triathlons but didn't know how to get started. Just being present in an opportunity to share is exactly what's needed. So thank you for the opportunity for allowing IBT and myself, Dr. Takima Dorsey, as a USAT certified race director, to take part in this pilot. It was a wonderful opportunity. Please allow us to keep the momentum going and to be a part of this next year, not just at the Pittsburgh Expo, but maybe DC and another one. We are willing and able to take part, but this was well received. So what I'd like for you to do is to look at our recap of the weekend in our video presentation. And hopefully we've been hashtagging our experience on Instagram, our public Facebook business page, as well as LinkedIn, and Twitter. So it's on all four social media. So be sure to take a look at some of our photos outside of the video presentation. And again, thank you. So this is USAT Race Director Dr. Takima Dorsey for the International Association of Black Triathletes. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Keep it going, and let's do this again. Have a great day. And feel free to reach out to me. There are a lot more that I can share, but I just wanted to give a real quick recap before I forgot. And thanks a lot. All right, bye-bye.